Some slight good news today. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, has decided that he's going to have his Justice Department, that Justice Department that generally does nothing, oppose the new Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Reauthorization Act. Now, that's good because that has been violated for many, many years. As you all know, I got 2 preliminary injunctions against the Obama NSA, CIA, FBI, and the deep state for mass illegal surveillance. The president, after that, thought reauthorization, which happened a couple years ago, was a good idea, was not a good idea. And he's finally snapped out of it and realizes that these mass surveillance activities, which are illegal and unconstitutional as ruled by the court in our cases under the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution, gored his own ox. In fact, with the Steele dossier, with the use of mass surveillance, of wiretapping of him and his family, and not just before he became president, but after, this has severely harmed him. And of course, with the new revelations of unmasking of General Flynn and others that was orchestrated by Obama and Biden, now he has sobered up. Now that's good. And let's move on, because also there's some good news today is that there's some minor reopenings in a variety of different states. And let's hope that, in fact, that continues, because it's quite clear at this point in time that the coronavirus pandemic has been overstated. It's serious. And the Chinese must pay the damage for what's happening. That is the communist Chinese, not the communist leadership, not the Chinese people who are a good people. And we have our lawsuits in Dallas, Texas, and in Jerusalem, Israel, and a criminal complaint at The Hague for releasing this pandemic on the world and harming our health and destroying our economy and our well-being, people losing their jobs and losing their businesses. Go to freedomwatchusa.org and support that. But yes, the country's starting to reopen, and the Democrats are scared because if they see that there's some movement, people have been so deprived for the last several months that they're feeling some optimism, then of course the president has a greater chance of being reelected, and they don't want that. So the Democrats want to see the economy destroyed. They are, in effect, accomplices of the communist Chinese. And in fact, because they're so far left these days, Chairman Mao, who started the whole deal in China, the communist deal, he's their hero. Just like Marx is their hero, like Castro's their hero, they're the heroes of the left these days. So the president would be well advised to continue on what may be the start of a very positive trend. And in that regard, he has to think again from pardoning some of the really bad people who have been around him before the presidency and to some extent after the presidency. I'm talking about Roger Stone, Paul Manafort, Rick Gates, and others who have been convicted of crimes. Stone being convicted in rapid order, contrary to the Kool-Aid that you'll hear on Fox News, on Hannity, on Lou Dobbs, on the rest of them over there, Jeanine Pirro. Stone didn't present one witness at trial. And of the few documentary evidence he tried to use, those were generally in his own words. And in fact, his own lawyers wrote letters to the special counsel and to Congress, which were false on their face. It's a miracle that they weren't indicted only because of professional courtesy. You know, they say, why don't sharks attack lawyers? Because of professional courtesy. And that's apparently what happened, because if you watch that trial, you would see Stone's own lawyers putting their arms around, I'm not kidding, literally, the Mueller prosecutors and the U.S. Attorney of the District of Columbia. So thankful were they that they were not indicted along with Stone. So the president it would not be a good idea to pardon these people, because he's going to need every independent vote he can get. And people who defy the law, who lie under oath, who obstruct justice, who tamper with witnesses, that's not a minor process crime. Our justice system cannot function if people are permitted to lie under oath. And I've had several cases throughout my 43-year career, and it's going on 44, where people have lied under oath. I saw it repeatedly at the Department of Justice when I was a prosecutor there. I saw it in private practice. I still see it. And federal judges and other judges don't enforce the laws of perjury. They let people go off scot-free. And it's about time that people are held accountable, whether it's Roger Stone or James Comey or Andrew McCabe or Brennan and Clapper, who lied to Congress many times over the mass surveillance and what was going on, or Obama or Clinton lied. In fact, in a grand jury, special independent counsel Robert Ray said she lied, but he didn't think that a primarily Democratic African-American jury in the District of Columbia would convict, so they let her go. It's time that we put our foot down, and the president has been victimized by fraud and lying in the Russian witch hunts and the Ukrainian witch hunts and the impeachment proceedings in Congress, particularly that pathological liar Adam Schiff of the House Intel Committee. So if he goes ahead and pardons these people, he's making a really big mistake. He's saying that he does not respect the rule of law. He does not even pay homage to what happened to him, how lying under oath was turned against him. And that will cost him dearly, and it could cost him the election. In any event, let's get back to COVID-19 and having the communist Chinese pay. Go to our website at freedomwatchusa.org. Sign up to see if you qualify to be a plaintiff. Support us with tax-deductible contributions. In that case, for the cases that we brought in Jerusalem, Israel, we have 4 very powerful witnesses who will testify that this was a bioweapon. Therefore, the Chinese have no immunity. The Chinese are trying to evade, I say the communist Chinese, service of process as we speak. I mean, this is a major mega power that they don't even respect U.S. process. They're now threatening us with another Cold War. They're threatening our allies like Australia. This is a serious situation. So go to freedomwatchusa.org, make the communist Chinese pay, hold them accountable criminally for what they've done, have them thrown in prison where the sun don't shine with our criminal case in The Hague, Holland, and support what we're doing with tax-deductible contributions because this is expensive. Thank you for listening to me today. Share this podcast. You can share it by finding it at freedomwatchusa.org, on iTunes, on Spotify, on Roku, on Amazon Fire, on Facebook, on Twitter. Get the word out far and wide. Radio America allows me to tell the truth, and I'm very appreciative of that, and you should be too. And support them as well at radioamerica.com. And stay well. Stay safe. God bless you and your family. God bless America, and God save America. And I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast of Special Prosecutor with Larry Klayman. Until then, thank you for listening to me.